Electricity is essential to cover all the needs of the home. It's easy to use, instantaneous, and reliable. Unfortunately, generating electricity is costly and detrimental to the environment. A lot of people today generate their own electricity through sources other than combustion. The cost of systems for harnessing solar energy have been greatly reduced. With a moderate investment, you can have a system installed which meets all the energy needs of the average home. In this brief section, I will try to explain the most popular and most profitable system of them all, the kind which is interconnected to the power company distribution network. The average capacity of such a system is about 3,000 watts per hour, that is, 3 kilowatts per hour. The first elements that need to be installed are the solar panels. They are made of aluminum and glass plates, which can transform the sunlight shining on them into DC-type electrical energy. These panels must be placed in a solid metal structure which must be oriented so they can get the greatest sunlight exposure during the day. The panels come in different capacities, ranging from 50 watts hour to 340 watts hour. Suppose we decide to install 8 panels, 250 watts each. These panels produce, in open circuit, about 35 volts of direct current, or DC. Each panel has 2 output cables and uses a pair of connectors called MC4. These connectors are female and male and allow the panels to be connected in series, thus multiplying the voltage by the number of panels. If each panel produces 35 volts, a series of 8 panels delivers 280 volts. When the panels are connected in series, both their individual voltage and their power are multiplied by the number of panels. It means that between the ends of the series of panels, we will have 280 volts of direct current, DC, and a maximum capacity of 2 kilowatts, depending on the time of the day, the intensity of the exposure, clear skies, etc. These cables are led inside the house and reach the input terminals of a device called an inverter, whose function is to transform direct current into alternating current at the voltage normally used in the house wiring. Let's suppose that in our case, our house wiring has 2 voltages, 2 phases, 220 volts, plus the neutral, 127 volts, for low power appliances. The inverter must be designed for 220 volts AC, and its output terminals must be connected to the 2 phases, 220 volts, by means of thermal breakers in the load center. It is necessary to request a bidirectional contract and meter from the power company. The prices of the equipment have dropped greatly, and usually the company selling and installing the solar equipment will handle all the paperwork, and they will also install the special meter as part of their services. Every morning when the sun rises, the panel starts producing electricity, and this is where the magic of technology comes into play. The inverter changes the DC current delivered by the panels into alternating current, identical to the AC supplied by the power company. After a few minutes, the automated inverter gets the optimal cycle-per-cycle synchronization, and the inverter begins to push the current back to the power company, so the meter starts spinning backwards and recording the energy that you are selling to the power company. The math is very straightforward. If you are producing 2,000 watts and you are not using any power, 2,000 watts are credited to you. If you are producing 2,000 watts and you are using up 1,000, you are credited with 1,000 watts on your behalf. If you are producing 2,000 watts and you are spending 3,000, you will owe the power company 1,000 watts. All this is done automatically without having to switch anything back and forth. If the system is properly designed, you can accumulate credit as if you had an enormous battery to use it when appropriate. your light bill can be reduced to a minimum rate, and you can use all that money which you used to spend on your light bill to make repairs around your house, start a business, take a vacation, or whatever comes to your mind. So much for this section. In our next video, we will talk a little about solar energy systems independent from the power company. I hope this video has been useful to you. Thanks for watching, and please follow the series and subscribe to my channel. Chava Tarim.